So, according to this article I read today on Yahoo Finance, a quarter of men in their 20s say that they're day trading stocks every single day. And almost two-thirds of those men say that they feel like failures. Now, they're not saying that they had a bad month. They're not saying that they lost a lot of money and felt like a failure. They're saying that they felt like failures, like as a person, like as in life, they're failing at life. So, in my opinion, that's not a stock market problem, right? That's not a strategy problem. That's a completely different problem disguised in trading. So in today's video, I want to walk you through why that I think that's happening and why it's not actually about the stock market at all, and what you can do instead if you're one of those men that feel like you're failing at life because of trading. Because there is a way to trade and invest that doesn't leave you feeling like that. So let's get into it. So this is the article on Yahoo Finance. This was published by Bloomberg today. Says some 64% of young men day trading stocks feel like failures, right? So I'll post this article in the description as well, so you guys can check it out. I thought it was an interesting article. But the recent study found, and it's worth really thinking about. That's why I wanted to do this video. Researchers looked at young men and found that the daily stock trading was linked to the same kind of demoralization as daily gambling. They just give you the same pattern, the same intensity, and almost identical numbers. So think about that, right? That trading stocks every day was producing the same emotional damage as betting on sports every day. And that should tell you something that's very important. The problem isn't necessarily the stock market, it's really about the behavior of these young men, right? So when you're opening an app 5 times a day and you're refreshing your charts and you're chasing the next trade because the last one didn't feel like it was enough, or maybe it didn't work out, maybe you lost money, you're trying to make it back. That's definitely not trading and investing like you should do it. That's really not, trading at all. That's exactly the same kind of, behavior loop that you'll see in a casino when you're sitting at a slot machine and you're gambling, trying to make that money back. It's just a different app, right? And but it's the same type of brain chemistry and the same type of psychological approach that people are taking to the stock market. And here's the part that matters the most for you if you're watching this video. A lot of people don't really realize that they kind of cross that line until they're already deep into it. Because just because we're trading in the market, it doesn't really feel like gambling, right? It feels like, man, I'm doing my research. This is the stock market. It's on CNBC. Professionals do this stuff. And it looks like you're staying on top of the market. It feels responsible, but it really isn't if you're doing it this way. So I'm not a therapist, right? I'm not here to pretend to diagnose why a person ends up trading like this and has this kind of psychological approach to the market. But I can tell you what I've seen based on my own experience and what makes sense based on how this actually all works, right? A lot of people right now, they feel like the American dream is broken, and the path, traditional path to financial freedom is just not there anymore. Buying a home feels out of reach for a lot of people. Traditional careers are slower, and the job market's tough, and it just feels less certain right now economically. And when things feel, uncertain and the normal path of getting ahead feels closed off, people are going to naturally look for shortcuts. And that brings in day trading, right? So, day trading, real trading is, it's going to be fast, it's constant, it's an adrenaline rush. It does feel like a shortcut. It feels like, you finally have some control over your finances, and every trade feels like you're going to be able to make some money and possibly fix whatever financial problems that you might be having. But here's one thing, there's a trap to that, right? The same feeling, that same rush of entering a trade, the ability to check your phone to see if you won, to check out your profits, that's identical to the same feeling you get in a casino, that slot machine behavior, right? It's not designed to really make you wealthy. And I would argue it's really designed to do the opposite of make you wealthy and take money from you and keep you needing money. And when you're trading like that, the outcome almost doesn't really matter. Win or lose, you're going to be stuck in that same cycle, right? That's why a lot of times those losses feel devastating, and even when you win, it just doesn't feel like enough. You're not really building anything. You're just on a constant cycle and a constant treadmill, and in constant need of money, right? And here's the big distinction I want to make in this video. There is a huge difference between gambling on a trading app or a trading platform and actually building a real skill as a trader and investor. The style of trading and investing that really works, it doesn't really feel like gambling at all. It doesn't feel like a slot machine. It feels most boring, right? That's really the point of it. And a few things really separate real trading and investing from a version of trading and investing that they're talking about in this article, trading that is really ruining lives and wrecking a lot of people. Now, the first thing that really separates real trading from that is you got to have a real plan. It's not really a feeling that you're chasing when it comes to trading. Before you enter a trade, you're going to know exactly what you're going to do, whether that trade works out or not. No decision is made in the moment when emotions are at their highest. You got to approach the trade with a real plan. The second thing is position sizing. I know that's killing a lot of people right now as well, especially those that are looking to get rich quick. But position sizing is going to protect you. You're never going to risk more money that you can really afford to lose on one single trade, no matter how confident you are in that trade, no matter how sure you feel about that trade, especially when trades do feel sure and you're overconfident in trade. That's when people tend to blow up their accounts. The third thing is a strategy that you can actually repeat. You got to have a strategy that you can do over and over again. Something like a cover call, right? That's one of my favorite strategies. It's not exciting. It's not going to get you rich by the end of the week, but it's a strategy that's built around owning something that's real, managing your risk with purpose and on purpose, and generating steady income instead of chasing those home runs. That's the whole point, right? Of a cover call is slow, it's systematic, and it's designed to be that way on purpose, right? And then the last thing is you're building a skill. You're not really chasing a feeling. The goal isn't really to feel something on every trade that you're making in your on your platform. The goal is to get better at reading your setups and being disciplined about your setups and understanding your risk and making the same disciplined decisions over and over again, whether they're exciting or not. The main thing is the goal is to make money consistently without putting yourself in a lot of trouble, right? So that's the real difference between trading that builds your life and trading that's going to drain your life. So I want to tell you this straight up, right? If you recognize yourself anywhere in what I just described in this video, checking constantly your trading platforms, feeling like your worth is tied to your profit or loss. If you're if you're chasing a feeling on every single trade instead of following a plan, that's really worth taking a step back, right? And kind of just reevaluating your whole approach to the market and reevaluating what you're doing. Not because trading is a bad thing for you, but it's just because it's a pattern. If you're doing these things, it's a pattern that can cost you a lot more than just money when it comes to the market and it comes to your life. And all this doesn't mean in this video that you should stop trading. It means that you might just need to take a step back and look at trading differently, take a different approach to the market, trade with structure, trade with real risk management, and get involved in a trading community and involved with people that are doing the same things for the right reasons instead of chasing those home runs and looking to get rich quick. That's exactly why I build profits and lessons trading. That's what it's all about. So if you actually want to learn how to trade with a real plan and within a real system instead of a feeling, I put together a completely free training. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Your First Cover Call: How to Build Your Own Monthly Cash Machine. It's going to walk you through exactly how to do cover calls step by step. One of the most straightforward ways that you can start trading with structure instead of all the chaos that comes with day trading. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that link to access the training below in the description box. Is free. All you need to do is put in your email address and you can check it out. So make sure you grab it after this video. And if this video actually helped you in any way, helped you maybe see things differently in your own trading, I want you to do a couple things for me. That's all I ask. First of all, I want you to hit that like button on this video. It genuinely helps me on this channel, kind of attract more people with the algorithms. So this video gets in front of people that might need to hear it instead of having them find out the hard way. You can get this video in front of them. And then the second thing is, I just ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'll be straight up with you. This is a new channel, Profits and Lessons channel. I'm building this channel from scratch. And right now, my goal is to get to my first 100 subscribers. That'll be kind of the first milestone for this channel. So, hey, be a cool thing to be a part of the first 100 subscribers. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. So it just tells me that, hey, you're getting some value out of this channel and I'm covering the right things, the right content that's actually helping people. And it'll really mean a lot to me if you subscribe. So definitely appreciate that. Now, again, trading and investing, if you do it right, it's not supposed to feel like gambling. It's supposed to kind of leave you feeling confident, building wealth in what you're doing, not leaving you feeling like a failure and checking your phone and just being disappointed with your life. If that's what you're feeling out of trading, and it sounds like 64% of young men are feeling that way, then we got to do something different. It's supposed to be a skill set that you're supposed to be mastering that actually is helping you get ahead in life financially and actually helping you build wealth. That's what it's all about. It's not a get rich quick thing and chasing a feeling. If you're using it for that, then you got the wrong approach to it. Tap in with us at Profits and Lessons. We get you on the right track. So again, my name is Courtney Golden. This is the Profits and Lessons Trading Channel. And thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys on the next one.